I guarantee you I have never, ever negotiated a $20,000 pawn loan with a customer while he was standing next to another customer negotiating a $20 loan on a greasy microwave. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. They won't do it. So how do you give them a little confidentiality? Could be a number of ways. Could be a number of ways. Could be a booth, private booth. Could be a closing room. Could be an appropriate area in your office. Could be by appointment before or after hours. It depends on what's right for your business, what's right for your facility, and what these customers want. You may have to go to their house to close the deal. I don't know. But when these customers contact you, you will find out. Because if you can offer them some privacy, let them keep their dignity, and let them get the transaction done, you got a real winner for confidentiality there. By the way, this is nothing new. I heard that Wendy Wolleson is here. I haven't had a chance to talk to her yet. She wrote a brilliant book called In Hoc. Just came out this year, and she meticulously researched the pawnbroking industry from independence through the Great Depression. And in her book, she says, well, you know, in the early 1900s, the pawnbrokers in the major metropolitan areas, which there weren't that many of them then, the pawnbrokers in the major metropolitan areas were also jewelers. And they had the jewelry store in the storefront, and they had a pawn shop either above or behind the jewelry store. 1910, United States. Like I said, this is nothing new. We're talking 100 years ago. Why did they do that? Confidentiality. Mrs. Wilson didn't mind being seen walking into the jewelry store downtown, and anyone that saw her walk in there said, oh, Mrs. Wilson's going to look in some baubles. They didn't see her walk up the back stairway to the pawn shop and pawn her wedding rings. They offered her confidentiality. They offered her privacy. You know what else they offered her? They offered her a set of fake rings that she could wear while her real ones are in pawn. Nobody's going to ask any questions. How cool is that? This is nothing new. This is nothing new. You just need to adapt it to these new times, because there are so many people out there that want your goods and services.